Good morning, students. Today we will start with the measurement of length. In last class we have learned about the measurement of the time. So whenever we measure the physical quantities means to say the quantities that can be measured, right? Just like length, mass, time. For each and every measurement you always need a measuring instrument, right? For example, meter rule is used for length, beam balance is used for mass, thermometer used for temperature, voltmeter used to measure the volt, right? So each and every instrument has a definite limit of accuracy, right? Means up to how much accuracy, up to what accurate value you can calculate the value, that is completely dependent upon the instrument, right? And this is the least count of instrument. So least count of instrument is what? It is the smallest measurement that can be taken accurately with it, right? See, every measuring instrument is always having a graduated scale for measurement. Just like if you are seeing the thermometer, it is having the scale on it. If you are seeing the meter rule, it is always graduated. Either it is the measuring beaker, either it is the measuring cylinder. Every instrument is having the scale on it, right? But now the least count is what? It is the value of one smallest division on its scale. For example, if I say about the meter rule, in meter rule, have you seen that in between 0 to 1 there are 10 divisions, right? So if a value is lying in between 0 to 1, it may be 0.1, it may be 0.2, it may be 0.3, it may be 0.4, 0.5 and so on. So that means the single one division, the smaller division is having the value of what? Of 0.1 centimeter. You can say 1 mm. So 1 mm is what? It is the accuracy of the meter scale. It is the least count of the meter scale, right? So smaller the least count of instrument, more precise the measurement made by using it. For example, one measurement I have done 1.2. With the another instrument I am measuring up to 1.23. With the another instrument I am measuring up to 1.235, right? So up to 1 decimal place only, up to 2 decimal place only, up to 3 decimal place only. So which one will be the more accurate? Obviously up to the 3 decimal place. So lesser the least count of an instrument, more precise the measurement made by using it, right? So next is your measurement of length. Generally what we use the meter rule, having its 0 mark at one end and having the 100 centimeter mark at another end, right? So and in between 0 to 1 it is again having 10 divisions. Either it is in between 1 to 2, 2 to 3, there is always 10 divisions, right? So you can say that the value of one small division is how much? It is 0.1 centimeter or 1 millimeter. Now that means a meter rule can be used to measure the length correct up to 1 millimeter. Now for the length, if a length is lying in between two smaller divisions, right? What I'm saying, if the length is lying in between two smaller divisions, just like 1.2 and in between 1.3, the length is in between. Now the question arises, the length is greater than 1.2 but it is less than 1.3, but how much it is? Can you calculate? No. In that case, what you do exactly, you take the nearer mark, right, and just approximate the value. But is it the accurate answer? No. For that, to calculate more accurately, we are having another devices like vernier caliper and screw gauge. These are more precise than the meter scale. That means they are more accurate as they use two scales that have a least count smaller than of 0.1 centimeter. 0.1 centimeter is what? 0.1 centimeter is the least count of meter rule, right? The meter scale. But for vernier caliper and for the screw gauge, the least count is much lesser than that of that. So first we will go with the principle of vernier. So vernier is, it was devised a method by which length up to second decimal place of the centimeter we can calculate. That means in the meter rule, what we are calculating 1.2, 1.3, 3.1 up to 1 decimal place we are calculating the value. But in case of vernier, we are calculating up to 2 decimal place, just like 1.25. 1.23. That means we are having more accurate than that of meter scale. So in case of the vernier, we are having two scales. One is the main scale and another one is the vernier scale. Where main scale is the fixed one, just like the meter rule, but vernier scale is slides along with the main scale, right? The main scale is fixed and vernier scale is sliding over it, right? And the main scale is graduated with the value of 1 division on it equal to the 1 millimeter. That means just like in meter rule, the meter rule having the divisions, the same divisions are on the main scale of the vernier, right? It is having 0 to 1, it is having 10 divisions, right? But on the vernier scale, the divisions are such that the length of the n divisions of the vernier scale is equal to the length of n minus 1 divisions of the main scale. What I am saying, see, main scale, you have seen that it is having the 10 divisions, right? And in the vernier scale also it is having the 10 divisions, but the space, the divisions of the 10 divisions of the vernier scale only occupies the space of the 9 division of the vernier scale, right? What I am saying, that the length of 10 division of the vernier scale is equal to the 9 division of the main scale only, right? So you can say that if I say the number of the main scale division, the value of one scale division is 1 mm, right? So value of one vernier scale division will be what? It will be 9 mm. Why? Because it is covering only 0 up to 9 mm, right? So it is 9 mm. So with that we will calculate the least count of the vernier. See, main scale least count we know that it is 1 mm. Now we want to know the least count of the vernier also. The least count of vernier is what? It is equal to the difference between value of one scale division and the one vernier scale division. In the last, see, you have calculated that value of one scale division is what? 1 mm, and the value of vernier scale division is what? 0.9 mm. So over here, just by putting the values 1 minus 0.1, you will get the answer 0.1 mm. That will be the least count. Another method is that just we go with the mathematical method that let n divisions of the vernier be of the length equal to n minus 1 division. In last we have done that vernier scale always coincides with the 9th division of the main scale. That means the total 10 division of the main scale will coincide the 9th division of the main scale. It will not cover the total 10 divisions, right? So let n divisions of the vernier scale of the length is equal to the n minus 1 division on the main scale, right? And the value of one scale division we are taking 1 x. We know that it is 1 mm, but over here we are taking that the value of one main scale division is what? X. Now the value of n division on the vernier will be what? It is the n minus 1 division on the main scale, right? So n minus 1 into x it will be there. So it is what? It is the value of n division. But what I want the value of one vernier scale division. So 1 will be what? Divided by n. So value of one division on the vernier, it will be what? N minus 1 into x upon n. So next, least count is what? Least count is, it is the value of one main scale division, and value of one main scale division is x, and value of one vernier scale division, it is what? N minus 1 into x into n. So just we need to put the values over here and you will get the content that least count. When you solve that, you will get the least count is equal to x upon n. Now x was what? X was the value of one scale division, and value of one scale division is what? 1 mm. Now divided by n. N is what? It is the total number of divisions on the vernier, right? And the total number of divisions on the vernier was what? 10. 10 divisions of the vernier were coinciding with the 9 divisions of the main scale. So just by putting the values, instead of x you will put 1, instead of n you will put. So just by putting the values 1 upon 10, you will get the value 0.1 mm, and 0.1 mm is how much? 0.9 0, 1 centimeter. This is the least count of 1 year, right? So next is the use of 1 year scale. The use of 1 year scale is what? As I said that it is having two scale. One is the main scale, another is the 1 year scale. These are made such that when the movable 1 year scale touches the fixed end, it always coincide with the 0, right? So that means 0 of the 1 year scale must coincide with the 0 of the main scale. Now, how to calculate the length? What we do, we measure the length of the objects with the help of 1 year scale. So of which the length is being measured, that is being put in between the 1 year scale and main scale. Just over here in the diagram, see, a road is being put, right? So what will happen? What is the length of the road? Accordingly that the 1 year scale will move on the main scale, right? Now these readings you need to take. And how will you take the reading? See, it is clearly visible that, see, the 1 year scale is after 1.2 but before 1.3. See, it is 1, then 1.1, then 1.2 and 1.3. The 1 year scale is lying in between 1.2 and 1.3. So our main scale reading is clear, it is 1.2, right? Because 1 year scale is after 1.2. Now, for the calculation with the help of 1 year, we need two scales. One is the main scale and one is the 1 year scale. Main scale reading we get to know it is 1.2. Now for the main scale, see over here 1 year scale, what you need to see, which one is coinciding. The 1 year scale as well as the main scale must make a parallel line. See over here, if you see clearly, it is from 0 to 5. The each division is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now except 4, all are distracted, but see the fourth division is making a parallel line, or you can say just a coinciding line, or you can say the fourth 1 year scale, the fourth 1 year division is coinciding with the main division. That doesn't matter with which it is coinciding, but which 1 year scale is, which 1 year division is coinciding, that is the main important thing. So we have calculated over here the fourth division is coinciding, right? So in that, what you need to take to measure the length, first we find the least count. Least count we have found it is 0.01 centimeter, right? Then the formula to calculate the value, the length is what? Main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading. Main scale reading, that what we have calculated, it is 1.2. Now the 1 year scale reading is what? It is P. P means to say the coinciding division. Coinciding division was what? 4 into least count, and least count is what? 0.01. So it will be what? 1.2 plus 4 into 0.01 is what? 0.04. So the total will be how much? 1.2 plus 0.04, and hence it will become 1.24 centimeter. In this way we will calculate the values, we will calculate the reading, right? So first you need to understand what you need. You need the main scale reading. In main scale reading you need to take where the 1 year scale is 1 year scale 0 is coinciding, right? Where the 0 is there, right? Now you have, it is clearly visible from the diagram, it is in between 1.2 and 1.3, right? So it is after 1.2. So we will take the main scale reading as 1.2, right? Now after 1.2, how much is there, we will calculate with the help of 1 year scale. And for that, what you need to do, just you need to say the coinciding division of the 1 year scale. Clearly visible, the fourth division is coinciding, right? So our formula is what? Our formula is main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading, or you can say main scale reading plus P into least count. So main scale reading is how much? 1.2 plus P. P is how much? 4, because fourth division was coinciding, multiplied by least count. Least count is what? 0.01. So it will become 1.2 plus 0.04. So the value is 1.24. That means with the help of 1 year scale, what we get? We get the second decimal place. First decimal place we get with the main scale itself, but the second decimal place we calculate with the 1 year scale, right? Next is the vernier caliper. What is vernier caliper? Vernier caliper is what? It is also called the slide caliper, and it is used to measure the length of a rod, the diameter of sphere, the internal and the external diameter of hollow cylinder, the depth of a small beaker. These are the uses of vernier caliper, right? Now, in the vernier caliper, see, this is the diagram. Over here, the dark one, your vernier scale, and below one, that is your main scale. It is having main parts, that is your fixed jaw, the outside jaw, inside jaws, right? And in between the vernier and main scale, we put the object of which we want to calculate the diameter, right? And these are the movable jaws, right? Next is your screw. Screw is to tighten the jaws, right? Now, what are the uses of these? The outside jaw is used to measure the length of a rod or the diameter of a sphere. Next is inside jaw. Inside jaw are used to measure the internal diameter of hollow cylinder, right? Whenever we want to measure the internal diameter, we will use from the above side, from the inside jaw. But if I want to calculate the length of the rod or the diameter, then we will put the object, just like over here the object is being put, we will put the object over here, right? Next is strip. Strip is what? It is used to measure the depth of the beaker. In the last, the strip is there, the T, right? That is used to measure the depth of the beaker, right? Next is the main scale. Main scale is what? It measures the length correct up to 1 mm, just like the meter scale. Last is vernier scale, and vernier scale is what? It helps to measure the length correct up to 0.1 millimeter. That means we get the second decimal place for the calculation, right? So these are the uses, these are the all the parts of the vernier caliper. Next is the least count of vernier caliper, that we have already calculated. That least count of vernier caliper is what? It is the value of one scale division divided by the total number of division on the main scale, right? So further we will go with the zero errors on the vernier caliper. So next is our zero error in vernier caliper. See, we have seen that two jaws is there. One is the vernier one and another is the main scale. So what happens whenever two jaws are bringing together? If the zero mark of the vernier scale coincides with the zero mark of the main scale, right? What I am saying, vernier as well as main, both are having the zero mark, right? If both the when it is being completely closed, when two zeros are completely coinciding with each other, they are making a straight line, then it is in this position, it is said that the 10th division of the vernier caliper coincides with the 9th division of the main scale, or you can say the vernier scale, the vernier caliper is free from zero. So the main thing is that a vernier caliper will be free from any error. It will be free from zero error if and only if the zero of the main scale coincides with the zero of the vernier scale. But what happens? Sometimes there is a mechanical error due to the random movements, due to the miscarrying. What happens? The vernier caliper, in that the zero mark of the vernier caliper does not coincide with the zero mark of the main scale whenever two jaws are in contact, and then it is said the zero error. Just see in this, the zero of the main scale is not coinciding with the zero of the vernier scale. See over here, the vernier scale zero is behind the zero of the main scale, right? And next we are seeing the zero is before the zero of main scale. So both are what? These are the errors, right? So you can say the vernier caliper is having the zero error when both the zeros are not coinciding with each other. So in such case, zero error is equal to the length in between the zero mark of the main scale, right? So over here, see the zero, this gap in between two zeros, these are what? This is the error, right? In the next case, if zero is in forward direction, then this gap in between two zeros are what? This is the zero error, right? And zero error we calculate with the formula. So first of all, you must know what are the zero errors. We are having two types of the zero errors. One is the positive zero error and another is the negative zero error. So we will start with the positive zero error. So whenever we bring two zeros together, if the zero mark of vernier scale is on the right of zero mark, just see over here, if it is on the right of zero mark, in the diagram, see, it is on the right, so it is what? It is the zero error, right? So in that case, the zero error is equal to the distance between the zero mark of the vernier scale from the zero mark of the main scale, right? So in that, how will you find the zero error? Again, what you need to do, when it is completely closed, to calculate the zero error, you just need to find the coinciding division. So over here it is clearly visible that the sixth division of the vernier scale is coinciding with the main scale. So zero error will be what? It is plus it is the coinciding division multiplied by the least count, and least count of vernier scale is what? It is 0.01, right? So it will be, the zero error will be what? 6 into least count, so 6 into 0.01, so error will be what? 0.06, and positive zero error is always taken as plus. The plus sign must be there, and that plus sign will indicate that it is having the positive zero error. So the positive zero error is what? The coinciding division multiplied by the least count. Next is your negative zero error. In case of negative zero error, whenever you bring two zeros together, if the zero mark of the vernier scale is to the left of the zero mark of the main scale, see over here, the zero is on the left of the main scale, right? So this is called your negative zero error. Now again, what you need to do, you need to calculate the coinciding division. So over here again, this same I have taken. So see, the sixth division is the coinciding division. So again, to find the error, what we need to do, you just first note down the division of the vernier scale which coincides with the any division of the main scale, right? Then the number of this vernier division is subtracted from the total number of division on the vernier scale. Okay, now see, total number of vernier scale is how much? 10 divisions are there, right? And which one is coinciding? The sixth one, right? So what you will do, so how will you calculate the zero error in case of negative zero error? This is minus 10 minus 6. See, in case of positive error, we have taken just plus the coinciding division multiplied by the least count. But in case of negative, because 0 is lying ahead of the 0 of the main scale, right? So what you need to do, you need to subtract it from the total divisions of the vernier. So as the sixth division is coinciding, so what you will do, 10 minus 6, and as it is a negative error, so you need to put negative sign as well. So 10 minus 6 is how much? 4. So minus 4 into 0.01, the error will be minus 0.04, right? So your positive error will be the plus 1 and the negative error will always have the negative sign in front, right? So in this way you will calculate the zero error. Now how to do the correction due to zero error? So in that, the correct reading will be what? The observed reading minus the zero error, right? Correct reading means to say up to 2 decimal place what we have done. The main scale reading plus vernier scale multiplied by the least count. That is your observed reading. Now, if the vernier caliper is having the error, then you just subtract the zero error from that. Right now, if it is positive error, then what will happen? Just like observed error, observed reading, what you have calculated, minus plus of that value, right? That means positive error should be subtracted, but as the negative error is having the negative sign already, so minus minus will become plus over there. So you just need to learn the formula that correct reading is what? Observed reading minus zero error, right? And you need to learn also that the positive error is always having positive in front, but a negative error is always having negative sign in front, because in formula we are having minus of the number of main one-year divisions minus the coinciding division multiplied by the least count. So whenever you are calculating the negative error, it will always have a minus sign, right? So accordingly, just you need to put the values and you will get the correct reading. Next is how to read the one-year caliper. As I said that the length is what? It is the main scale reading plus 1 year coinciding division multiplied by the least count, right? That is the observed reading. And now if it is having any error, then true length will be what? Observed reading minus 0 error with sign. Why it is said with sign? Because if it is positive error, so it will be the plus sign over there and plus minus will become minus. But if it is negative error, so minus of minus error, so minus minus will become plus over there. Now I'm taking an example over here how to read the 1 year caliper. Over here, see, the 0 of the 1 year scale is lying ahead of 5.3. See, it is 5. So 1, 2, 3. It is the 1 year scale is lying in between 3 and 4. That means our main scale reading is what? It is 5.3, right? Now, we need to calculate the coinciding division. See the coinciding division. See, first is not, second not, third not, fourth not. See the sixth one. It is making a complete straight line as compared to other one. So a coinciding division over here is how much? 6, right? Now, what is the formula we are having? We are having the formula main scale reading, that is 5.3 plus coinciding 1 year's coinciding division, it is 6 multiplied by the least count. Least count is how much? It is 0.01. So 1 year scale reading will be what? 6 into 0.01. It will become 0.06. So observed reading will be what? Main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading. So it will be 5.3 plus 0.06 and hence your result will be 5.36 if there is no any error. If the error is there, for example, it is said the error is 0.002, then what you need to put? You need to put the value over there, observed length minus 0 error, and you will get the true length. So in this way, you need to do the numericals based upon the 1 year caliper. Now I am taking another example over here, how to calculate the value. See over here, there are two scales, the 1 year scale and the main scale is given over there, and you need to find the least count as well as the this one, the reading, right? Now see how to take the reading. As I tell you, need to first take the main scale reading. See, the 0 of the 1 year scale is coinciding where? It is 12.1, 12.2, in between 12.2 and 12.3. That means your main scale reading is what? 12.2, right? Now what we need? We need the coinciding division. Now see, the coinciding division is what? It is 5, 6, 7. See, the 7th division is making a straight line, right? That means 7 is the coinciding division. Now what is our formula? Formula is what? Main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading. And 1 year scale reading is what? Coinciding division multiplied by the least count, that is 7 into 0.01. So it will be what? 0.07. That means 12.2 plus 0.07. See, here is the solution. See, the main scale reading is 12.2. As I said, the coinciding division is 7 and the 1 year scale reading will become 7 into 0.01, that is 0.07. So our last total reading is what? Main scale reading plus 1 year scale reading. So 12.2 plus 0.07 and hence the result will become 12.27. So in this way you will read the 1 year scale, right? And if there is error, you need to subtract the error from that. That is how you need to do the numericals based upon the 1 year caliper.